Ready? They stand, set to go. 350 Velvet Room. Gates are back. They're off and racing, and it was an even line away. The grey Apache Rabbit probably the first to move over Floppy Bentley Bow and also Glen Aureen, the deepest of them. As they complete 150, I'm a Sly Fox ease back. Over on the inside, Le Grand Risque, Velvet Room and also Special Image both went back soon after, as did Magic Whistle. So a couple of the fancies here in the back half of the field leaving the straight. Bentley Bow's going to take up the role of pacemaker at the crossing, and by the 1600, Bentley Bow leads the way. Out by almost a length, Glen Aureen strode to second. Back on the inside, Floppy third. Followed then closely by Apache Rabbit up fourth and getting ideal cover early on in the race. There followed around them Velvet Room. Here comes a move being made by Brad Parnham. Velvet Room circles the field and now surges to the front going into the back straight. Velvet Room, after being third last, has found his way around the outside and gone to the top of the field and leads by a length and a half to Glen Aureen. Bentley Bow with Apache Rabbit fourth, and all of a sudden there's a bit more speed on. Over on the inside to Floppy, I'm a Sly Fox, Le Grand Risque. Back there is Special Image and the tail ender is Magic Whistle. 7 lengths covers this field, passing the 950, and they leave the back straight behind Velvet Room. Velvet Room the fave out by a length to Glen Aureen at the 800. Back on the inside, Bentley Bow. Apache Rabbit up running fourth. I'm a Sly Fox around them. 3 wide, pulls out now and being hunted along, and even wider then came Le Grand Risque, who was back on the fence but now goes up inside of horses. There followed behind those on the rails in a bunching field, Floppy. Back there as well is Special Image coming towards the home turn, and the tail ender as they pack up Magic Whistle. At the 400 into the straight, Velvet Room led by a length. Glen Aureen, Apache Rabbit with its move. Bentley Bow, Le Grand Risque cut back to the inside, followed then by Magic Whistle and Special Image inside the 200 though. Velvet Room, Le Grand Risque joined it quickly, burst through, grabbed the lead. Le Grand Risque with 100 to go from Velvet Room. Down the outside, Magic Whistle and also I'm a Sly Fox, but Le Grand Risque, clever ride. Le Grand Risque got home to win it from Magic Whistle and also Velvet Room. I'm a Sly Fox probably fourth from Bentley Bow and Special Image, then Floppy, Apache Rabbit, and the last of them in is Glen Aureen. Number 3, the winner, Le Grand Risque. The Fred Kersley train gelding stuck a set of shades on Le Grand Risque, who gave up without much of a fight in a mile 50 race last start, but today patiently handled back their due. It was a sweet ride by Johnston Porter. Didn't he save some ground tactically? A very, very good winning ride to beat Magic Whistle and Velvet Room, who'd made that early move to take over in front and hasn't quite come off. But for Le Grand Risque, it certainly has. Its second victory in 11, a Dick Turpin Ancient Dream gelding, prepared by Fred Kersley and very well ridden by Clint Johnston Porter. For PB, Mrs. K, Brian and Sandy Officer, and also Greg Kersley. 7, Magic Whistle by Galar from Tudor Royal, the 3-year-old gelding, prepared by Dean Skipworth, handled by Sean O'Donnell, is second, and Velvet Room by My Admiration from Double Black Velvet, Brad Parnham in the saddle for trainer Robin Elliott. Length and a half, a short neck. The official margins thereafter the running of race 6 in a time of 2:13.84 and the final 635.93. So we go to race 7, the Drummond Golf Handicap over 1200, the next on this afternoon's card, and it's clear of any changes. Well, we saw this horse struggle to get to the home corner after leading in a 1650, out to 21 today. Patient ride, back in the field, shades on, and a different result altogether. Britt.
Wonderful performance by Le Grand Risque. Fred Kersley not here. We'll get a word with Greg. Blinkers went on today on Le Grand Risque, and what a peach of a ride it was by Clint Johnston Porter.
Yeah, the blinkers and Clint sort of were the last resorts for him. He was looking for a home after today if something didn't happen. So, yeah, very, very good.
The horse might have heard you because he certainly delivered. What were you thinking during the run? Because he looked full of running and Clint just needed to find the best way home.
Yeah, just hoping he could find a way out of there. But that, he's the best, and that's what he did. It was a good result. It's good. The horse does show a little bit at home, and it's been a bit confusing his last couple of runs after he ran second, so it's good to see him sort of put the form on the board.
Did you think the winning move was when Clint decided to just get off the fence and start looking for runs? In the end, he obviously had to come back to make that run home along the rail.
Yeah, I don't think he had much choice. The one in front of him wasn't travelling at all, and he just had to sort of get around him. And as soon as he did, it sort of wake him up to get around that one. He did wake up, and it looked like he just needed an out after that. He looks like he's won pretty well too. So, yeah, full credit, good ride.
It certainly was. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There is Greg Kersley after the win of Le Grand Risque. A wonderful ride by Clint Johnson-Porter. The shades did go on the Dick Turpin gelding, having start number 11. And Scott, as we just heard, he may have been looking for a new home had he not delivered today, but luckily for him, he did.
Well, how often do you hear it, Britt? A horse is about to go into retirement, they win, or a horse is looking for a new home and they win. And Clint Johnson-Porter here was a wonderful ride. And I'm going to ask him now, Clint, for me, the winning move was about the 800 when you came from sort of 4 back the fence and took that vacated spot when Joey made his move.
Yeah, when Joey popped off, I just popped off to the one-off line, and I was just travelling too well coming into the straight. I kind of could have come to the outside of him, but I was going too well, so I went inside to look for a run, and it panned out well. He let down well, and yeah, Greg did the right thing with him today.
And what about Ollie's Choice, a nice debut victor? What sort of insight can you give us into him?
Yeah, look, it was look, when I trialled, I thought it was a really good trial, and its win the other day was good. So yeah, hopefully we can go on from there.
Congratulations and best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
There is Clint Johnson-Porter. Le Grand Risque takes out the 2100 metre race. 2 more to come here from Belmont.
Crash and burn, I'm gonna find a way. Nothing left to say.